What's up, guys? This is Rafael Freitas. I'm a bass player and music producer, and today I'm here with the Darkglass Anagram. This is a really cool pedal that I recently got, and it replaced my entire pedal board. I want to talk about how I use it, how I get all the sounds that I need from it. For full disclosure, I am a Darkglass artist, but I did pay for this pedal. Darkglass didn't ask me to make this video, nor did they see this video before it's being published. So I'm only doing this because I love this pedal and I really like Darkglass. I've been using their products for many years now. So I won't go too deep into the specs, features, I/O, stuff like that of the Anagram because there are quite a few videos online that do that really well already. If you're not too familiar with how the Anagram works, you might want to watch some of those videos first, but I think this should be pretty easy to follow along because the Anagram's user interface is so friendly and it's so easy to use and dial in great tones on the fly. So I want to talk about how I use it, how I get all the sounds I need from it, and hopefully that will give you some ideas of how this pedal could improve your own workflow, your own setup, or help you figure out whether you need an Anagram or not. I just wanted to share some ideas and insights on how this pedal could be used. Alright, so I'm here with my Sandberg California Lionel VS4. This is a short scale P bass with flats. Before I dive into the three presets that I use the most, I want to point out that the three of them start the same way. All of them have the gain block first. So the reason for this is so I can compensate for different outputs of different basses whenever I switch them. And the entire signal chain reacts the same way because there's overdrive, there's envelope filters with different sensitivities, and I want to make sure that the entire signal chain reacts the same way to the bass regardless of its output. So whenever I switch basses, I can come here and quickly adjust the gain to either boost or cut a little bit. And I will engage that for every scene. So every bass will behave the same way in the signal chain. After that, there's the noise suppressor, which is pretty self-explanatory, I think. This is pretty much to get rid of the rumble when I'm not playing, and also to clean it up in between ghost notes and stuff like that. And the three presets that I use come down like this. The first preset is my main pedal board. It's my always on kind of thing with my most used effects for bass, which is octave, envelope filter, chorus, and multiple levels of drive and distortion. The preset B is my synth bass preset. It's got different tones of synth bass. And the preset C is my ambient effects, which I use for ambient lush sounds with reverb and delay. And those are really easily accessible on the fly. I can just pretty much switch between A, B, and C using the preset mode. They're all stored under the same bank in the Anagram. Starting with preset A, this is my main preset. This is what I'll be using for like 75% of the time. This is more of an always on kind of thing. And as I said, it's got my most used effects for bass. It starts after those two blocks that I mentioned earlier. It starts with the pitch shifter. The reason why this is here is basically to tune my bass half a step down or a whole step down on the fly. So let's say a song is in E flat. I can pretty much just engage this. This is set to half step down right now. I can set it to -2, which would be a whole step down. If I'm playing a song, say in drop D, for example, I can engage this on the fly, and I don't need to tune my bass. After that, I have an octave pedal here. It's an OC2 kind of thing, emulation. It's really subby. After that, I have the Alpha Omicron, which I use for drive. After that, I have the amp EQ, which is just doing some tone shaping into the luminol compressor just to control some transients and give some overall thickness to the tone. After that, I'm using the harmonic booster for some more tone shaping. After that, I have the envelope filter here. It's the Moog style envelope filter. And I use this as an emulation of the MXR bass envelope filter, which has that really quacky tone. Into a cabinet simulation. Here I'm using the John 4x10, and I use this just to shape the tone a little further and get rid of some really high frequencies that basses don't usually need, like anything above 10K or so. So this is taking care of that. After that, I have a chorus pedal and into a Noble DI emulation. So I have 3 scenes set up. The first scene, scene A, is my always on. It's a really fat, clean bass DI style tone, and it sounds like this. Moving on to scene B, I've got the Alpha Omicron engaged, and this is on a light overdrive setting, light to mid overdrive. Actually, this bass has a hotter output than the previous bass I was using, and I want to correct that by using the gain knob, and I'll trim this just a tiny bit. Scene C has my filthy fuzz. Basically, it's the Alpha Omicron, but in different settings. It's cramped up to the maximum drive setting, and it sounds dirty. Moving on to the stomp mode, I can control my octave pedal, my envelope filter, and my chorus. So I'll give you a quick sample of how these could be used. Moving back to scene A, and I'll try some stomps here. I'll engage the octave pedal. Envelope filter. And the chorus. Alright, moving on to the next preset. This is my synth bass preset, as I said. First, I have this split block in here, which I use for the octave pedal. The reason why I'm running this in parallel is just so it doesn't lose the low end by running into a fuzz later on the signal chain. So I can preserve those subs, which are really important for synth bass tones. The main signal path goes into a duality fuzz to add some grit. This gets merged here back with the octave pedal. Both enter a bus compressor to really glue them together. And after that, I have the gravitron envelope filter, which will give that filter movement, which is really characteristic of synth basses, into a chorus pedal, into EQ to get rid of some mids and overall tone shaping. A high pass, just getting rid of those really subby subs below 40 hertz. A room reverb, just to dial it in the mix a little bit, give it some light space, but this is not in every scene that I use. This is just in scene C. Into a limiter, just to control the overall level and make sure everything is even. Let's start with scene A. This is my cleanest setting. This is pretty much only the octave pedal by itself, and it sounds like this. Moving on to scene B, I'm engaging my fuzz. It was already engaged in the last preset, but the merge setting was different. Just a heads up about that in case you've noticed that. This also has the envelope filter engaged, and it sounds like this. Moving on to scene C, this is my most complex synth bass setting. It has the chorus engaged and also the room reverb, and it sounds like this. And in the stomp mode, I have access to individual layers of the synth bass patch. I can control individually the octave pedal. I can control the envelope filter. And I can control the chorus. All right, moving on to my third preset. This is my ambient effects. So this starts with those two same blocks into a luminal compressor to really squash the signal, because for this kind of thing, I'm gonna be playing mostly ambient stuff, and I want it to sound really compressed, most of the time, like a little bit in the background of the song. Into two pitch shifters, which I control with the two scenes. Two other scenes that I have, and these are set to an octave up each. So in total, I can pretty much have 2 additional octaves up. Going into a low pass to get rid of some really harsh high frequencies, because those higher octaves, they sound a little metallic, and I don't really like that too much. After that, I have the chorus into a flanger, but I'm not necessarily using both at the same time. They're just different textures. Into a cab sim for some tone shaping. And this is really cool. This has got a delay into a reverb, because we're talking about ambient sounds. So scene A sounds like this. Moving on to scene B, this is where the first pitch shifter is engaged, and it sounds like this. Scene C has the other pitch shifter engaged, and it sounds like this. All right, so in the stomp mode, I have access to the chocolate chorus. I can control the flanger as well. And I can, with the same foot switch, I actually bypass both the delay and the reverb, so that's really cool. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you have any questions about how I set this up, and let me know if you have any ideas of how this could be maybe improved. or how you use your anagram. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!